There's a lot of things going on in South Africa. Some of us, we get lost in the conversations around us. So many things are trending, some are good and some are bad. Hashtag not in my name. Hashtag depression is real. Hashtag time is now. As for us Dynamites, we are into setting the record straight. Dynamite Youth believes in healing by telling your own story to the world. We believe in trendsetters, we believe in pathfinders, we believe in our generation. If you would like to see more of our videos, consider subscribing to the channel below. And please, share this video with people who would benefit from this type of content. Enjoy. Hello, Baxolele Majikijela on 26 osuka Awesome Brands. Awesome Brands company edila ne-branding, ne-printing. Nako konke okunye azosichazela ngakho. Hello.
Yeah,
Mr. Majikijela, how are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nami ngiyabonga ithuba lokuthi ningimemelana ngizokhuluma nani nabantu abasha.
Yes, welcome to Dynamite.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Right. Tell us about yourself. Who is Baxolele?
Baxolele is a young man originally from Mount Fletcher, Eastern Cape.
Right.
But I came to KZN in 2009. I studied mechanical engineering and software. Baxolele manje a business owner of some brands where we focus on branding, marketing, and a bit of IT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. You went to school.
Yes.
You are educated.
Hey, balegi.
Okay. Awesome Brands.
Yes.
Why that name?
Yes, this is my second business venture.
Right.
The first business didn't work out. When we came out of school, we started a company called V Technologies 360 with my former classmates as I was graduating now.
Yes.
And we realized there's no market here for software developers in KZN. Mostly it's in Cape Town and Joburg. Lana, to embrace our apps.
Yes.
So, and then the company fell apart. So I then decided what I want to do, I want to build brands.
Right.
So I thought of a name of how I want the brands that I built to be like. So I wanted them to be awesome. Right. So I called the company Awesome Brands because of that.
Great.
So Awesome Brands refers mostly to the companies that we do branding for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we chose the name.
Okay, from your perspective or point of view, how important for companies or for people to have their own brands?
Hey, singabantu abasha, everything is changing nowadays. We cannot be like abazali bethu ababefundela ukuthi bayosebenza. Kuthina manje, it's all about going out there and doing things yourselves, because we singathi ukuthi population increase kakhulu and graduates are increase every year, but then job opportunities lawo bantu ba graduate ukuyaphi.
Yes.
So it's up to us as abantu abasha to start opening our own companies, to start our own brands.
Right.
So that si absorb laba bantu abagraduate. And also because we cannot all graduate bese sonke siyofuna lemisebenzi engekho. So it's very important to have your own brand. Now, if you have your own company, brand it. That's what I always tell people, that your company needs to be branded. It needs to be there. We need to see it. We need to know that your company exists. Right. Because a company that is not branded is like, I always make, in terms of indaba marketing and branding, I always make an example, go Dumi and Casper Vest. Udumi doesn't win awards, but Udumi is richer than Casper Vest, and Udumi has been in the industry for a longer time. Udumi in the music in Paris, but Casper Vest doesn't. But Casper Vest wins awards. Casper Vest is more known than Udumi, because the marketing and the branding Casper Vest is more yaziwa kakhulu than Udumi into kakhulu. So that's where it happens. If you do not brand your company, but we are not going to know about what you do, because you are not branded, you are not marketed. And our focus is to where we brand and market our companies.
All right. Branding. Tell me more. What does branding entails?
branding, it starts from the name.
Right.
To the colors, to the icons that are used in your logo. Logo is very important.
Yeah.
And then also goes, basically it's the outlook abantu abanange company yakho. So konke lokho, it gives a feel. An example, Awesome Brands has colors orange and blue as their main colors.
Right.
Orange, Tina, in branding, everything, actually, everything is supposed to represent something.
Right.
The color orange represents hope. And the color blue represents peace. And those are our colors, team.
Right.
Is that we bring hope that your brand can also be, but we want to do it in a peaceful way. That's why it's where there's conflict, you can't find us. Because we prefer to be peaceful. That's why job opportunities athandwa abantu abasha manje la funwa abantu engaziwabiza amagama wonke umuntu ethiwa uyipreneur. Thina, we don't do. Unfortunately, people get them and then they come to us. But we do not do ourselves because we like izinto that ezinganokukhuluma okuningi. So that's why we have blue for peace.
Blue for peace.
Yes.
Peace. Hey. Right. Branding. There's a lot that comes with the word branding.
Yeah,
right?
that's a lot.
Normally, I used to ask, me personally, I would ask, what's your name? And then you said Baxolele. The next question would be, do you know where Baxolele comes from? Why did your mother name you that name?
Well, that question, Begilindele, it's a very interesting question that everyone always asks me. uJesu, hallelujah.
Amen.
Mayebethelelwe esiphambanweni.
Yes.
Kunamazwi ayisikhombisa kawasho. Kuwo wonke la waqala wathi baxolele bawo ngoba bakwazi abakwenzayo.
Yes.
That's the Xhosa version. The English version says, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. And the Zulu says, Bathethelele.
Yes.
So that's where my name comes from.
All right. So I like to believe mother or your parents give you a name. They normally name you after the events that happen when you are about to be born. I heard, like, I assumed that for some reason maybe your daddy walked out on you, or she just say, hey, yeah, but it's a different version.
I've asked that before because the truth is that my father did walk out.
Yeah.
So mina ngayibuzela bangitshela lokho kungenzeka ukuthi really it wasn't that. But then that's what happened, and I only met my father when I was 17.
Yeah.
And we do not have some sort of a relationship.
Yeah.
Still he is married. He wasn't that much interested.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that pushed me with everything that I do all out. That's why I've done better than I can say he's done.
Yes.
Because nganginaleyo determination that I cannot be what he is. Mm-hmm. So I have to do better.
Okay.
Yes.
So did it influence you to be anything less or more than you are? The absence of your father?
Yazi abantu abaningi bahlezi beyibuza nginayo ingane yini because they always see my profile pictures kuneyingane. I don't have a kid. And the way I love kids, it makes people think that I have kids, but I love kids.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I don't have a kid yet is because I want to have a kid on a secure environment.
Right.
I've seen how it feels like to grow without parents, so I don't want my kid to be like that.
Right.
So that's one of the things. So it did have an influence on a lot of decisions that I take. Now, in me not having a baby, it means that akekho umuntu mangithengiza la or ngithenga yosebenza akekho umuntu ozokusathi uyingane it. So it has an influence on my work ukuthi angena ngane.
Yes.
Yeah, so yena indirectly he does have an impact indlela engenza ngayo izinto manje. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's a pity that story of us African, mostly South Africans, we have that thing, our fathers do walk away from us. And then we are left with blaming ourselves and asking why. But on the positive note, some of us get inspired. Okay, let's go back to awesome brains. I love the word awesome.
Thank you.
Am I not awesome, guys? I am awesome. He is awesome.
You are.
Hot as well.
Thank you.
So, tell me more about the company.
The company was started when I was still living in Edendale in 2015. Because I remember the name, Lafika Ngiseteksini Ngidlula Ngasehulamini.
Yes.
So the company started then, and then I started branding kancane companies athile, and then I got a job.
Yes.
I went to work and then I left my job. At 3 months, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna have a boss.
Right.
So I left my job and then I started the company and I focused on the companies. So the company from there, it grew from not having any assets, because I started with a computer engangiyithenga kumngani wami ngo-400 now, well, we have assets that are worth more than 200,000.
That's great.
Yeah, so, and all that happened within 3 years. Konke lokho, the company into yenze yakhula kakhulu. We've never been abantu who decided to spend much on its marketing.
All right.
I-marketing yethu wenza umsebenzi oyi-quality.
Right.
We do quality work and then our work speaks for itself. We get, as you have seen, which I'm only getting calls. I don't have an outbound focus on marketing.
All right.
It's people who keep calling me. Ngenzela umuntu oyedwa umsebenzi ubone omunye afune naye ukuthi angizomenzela kuhamba kanjalo. We've done work for the mayor Obaba Themba Njilo, even before he was a mayor. We've done work for Uhande, we've done work for Hulamin,
wow.
We've done work for Epicenter, we've
wow.
done work for UCR, we've done for Old Mutual, we've done for Kia Motors. We've done a lot of work.
Yeah,
we've done
those
a
are
lot
big
of
doors
work.
right there.
We've done
big
a lot of
doors.
work. In my respect, we've done trailers, horse and trailers. We've done motoring, we've done taxis, we've done small cars. We have a lot of clientele. Even Ilau is one of our clients. So wow. We actually have a profile in Kulu. And all that is thanks to it's word of mouth and umsebenzi wethu wherever we do. So that's how we work.
I'm so blessed. I'm in the awesome presence of uqobo lwakhe uBaxolele. So let's go back to when you were growing up.
Yes.
You know, when you grow up, you have people you look up to. You wanna be like him, like her one day. Do you have people who inspire you, who make you who you are, who mold you, who supports you, people are your backbones, your heroes? Do you have those people where you say, I want her, I want him to be proud? You know, those kind of people.
Yeah. Well, mina ngikhulele emakhaya.
Yes.
And mangikhule emakhaya, I was always a person who wanted to do extra than others are doing, even at school. Mm-hmm. I was always that top student. Mm-hmm. So in that, being a person who always wants to do extra, I was reading everything from a young age.
Right.
If I saw a newspaper pants, if I don't know what is in there, I always tell myself that that's news to me, even if it's 1974. So I always read everything, and hence I was exposed to a lot of people who are doing greater things from a younger age. Right. So one of the people that I looked up to from a young age was my mother. Wow. But she always provided, she always managed to do things that abanye abantu abangazenzi. Right. To the extent that mina college ngafundiswa uma wami esebenza ema-kitchen, but I graduated as an engineer, ngifundiswa umama osebenza ema-kitchen. Yeah. So my mother has been one of my inspiration, and then kube khona abantu that as you grow you see ngaphandle, like ama-celebs. We've done work with DJ Sbu, and he's one of the people that inspire me a lot, because DJ Sbu is one of those guys abanengqondo esabalele. If you look at Mofire, they also have a vodka now. They did the toilet paper, they did the singwa, and the guy was a presenter, the guy was a DJ, record label owner. So such people inspire me, because you can be a lot of things, not just one thing. That's why I always tell Amanda Abaqashiwe that most of my clients recently, abantu abaqashiwe but who wants to start their own companies. Yes. I always tell them that if kukhona abantu who can do that and still succeed, why are you uzomele ungene 9 to 5 bese uthi awusenasikhathi ukhathela? So DJ Sbu is one of those people, and I've been privileged ukuthi ngikwazi ukusebenza naye. Abanye abantu like Abosiphiwe Lowe, Ilawusphiwe Ngcobo is one of the people that mentor me right now. We meet every other 2 weeks, sihlangane sixoxe nabo, no Sabelo Thusi, no Simbongile Mbalekwa. So those are some of the people that inspire me a lot, despite them just being my clients, but they also mentor me. Yes. They also motivate me, they inspire me, because Usiphiwe, if you listen to his story, he's one of those people who always tell us that he doesn't want us to go through the things that he went through. So, and also we are more abahlelang, they're always growing, they're always expanding, they're always looking for new ways on how to do things. That's how awesome brands we also want to model it. Yeah.
Awesome brands. Awesome. I still love this word. You know, when you're talking of or something, all of a sudden I'm hungry. I don't know why. But anyway, you are in Pietermaritzburg.
Yes.
Your business is based here.
It's based here, but we operate all over South Africa.
Yes. As you were starting your business, coming up with ideas, trying to sell your idea, if you did, what kind of challenges did you go through?
The first challenge, abantu bamnyama don't want to pay black people. Black people don't want to pay black people. That is the first challenge when you go into business. You need to convince them that why should they pay you this price? But when they go to a white company, they will pay that price without negotiating. That is the first challenge that you meet. Black people always want to negotiate if you are a black person. But if you are white, they don't. So that was the major challenge that we had. Abantu utufika kuyifuna umenzela umsebenzi athi kodwa sebethi abelungu banganzela ngale mali. That is trying to negotiate with you. And now the challenge enkulu in the branding sector is that we do not have a lot of black companies abayenza branding. And ama companies amaningi awabantu abamhlophe nawamandile. The difference now between us abaqala phansi who started everything from scratch is that a lot of the suppliers that we use basebenza ngokwe by how much you buy.
All right.
You get more
In bulk,
discount. Yeah. The more you buy, the more you get discounts. Now we started 3 years ago, and our competition are people started 15 years ago, 30 years ago by Tateko bazali babo lama companies because bayashiyelana. Thina now masiqala i-buying power yabo is different from ours. What they get for 50 rand, Tina, we still have to buy for 90 rand. Now you cannot compete with those people get price because you're gonna end up running a loss because bazofika ku-client bathi sokwenzela 50 rand bese uyafika wena ucharge u-90 rand bese uthi ngizonenzela 100 rand because you have to make your own profit.
Yes,
Then you're having a problem. So that is one of the challenges now. Abantu bakithi, we will never compete. That's why thina manje sesiyakutshela ukuthi if you come with that mentality, then please go to them because we can't beat ama prices wabelungu because bona they buy in bulk and bahlang and they're united. We are not. So we still have to buy individually, and it means it costs us more than them. So that was the major challenge. That is the major challenge that I can say.
Yeah, based on this challenge you just said, what would you like to tell, especially the black buyers, the black clients? What is it that you would like to send across?
The first thing that I would like to say them, the richest billionaire or the youngest richest billionaire in Africa is some guy called Aziz. I think he's based in Tunisia, but he has companies that operate all over Africa.
Yeah.
And the guy, when he was asked, what is it that makes his company so successful? And the guy said that, ama companies are mending asuka peshe, knowing how things work peshe in Europe and in America, bafike bazozama ukusebenza ngaleyo ndlela in Africa, forgetting that everything here is different than in Europe. Now, abantu bakithi, they need to understand that Tina, i-value yomsebenzi siwulethayo, we understand abantu abamnyama better, we understand our clients better, more especially la abasaqala ama-business, we understand better because we started them. And our competition abantu aba-inherite ama-company, so they don't know how to start a company. So they need to understand that thina siyiletha into ene-value ne-quality and understanding of what you want. Kanti ma usiya komunye umuntu wafika ukuthi akazuku-understanda lokho, uzokubuza ufunani akunike leyo nto. Thina, one of our major jobs is that we consult more than we actually brand. We spend more time telling you this is gonna work, this is not gonna work, this is how this we can do, this is how this cannot be done. More than many times, that's what we do. So if it goes abanye abantu, they don't do that because they don't understand the markets yabantu abamnyama bakithi, abantu abasha mostly. Tina, we understand. So they need to understand that whatever that we are charging them because we understand them, and we are charging them also for consultations because a doctor will charge you for consultation, even if the doctor will tell you that I can't help you but you are sick.
You know, when you talk of branding, you know those those people who wear weave, those expensive Indian things.
Yeah, or Brazilian.
Brazilian, all those kinds.
I used to see them, Babuge, one day she's wearing black, one day she's wearing white, one day she's wearing purple. And then I kind of get lost because I'm trying to figure out what ubani. Is she black, is she yellow, is she green? You know, because the other day she's wearing black, the other day she's wearing brown, and I'm like, okay, it's very hard for me to figure out this person.
Yeah.
So from a business perspective, how do you compile a package, a personalized package for your clients according to their needs, wants, and specification and preferences?
Yeah. Consultation is very important because if you don't consult with your clients, we don't take lento umuntu afika athi ngifuna ningenzele iloko nenyoni edla inyoka bephume emgodini. We don't do that. We'll ask you uzoyenzani leyo nto, where is it gonna work, what's your target market, ufuna ibe njani abantu, ufuna bacabange nabantu mabeyibona. And then you need to ask yourself those questions. Okay, why do I need this? Ngiyenzela ubani lento, funeke ivele kanje bacabangeni mabeyibona. Then we can start compiling your logo.
So what do you think of our logo?
Your logo, I like it. One thing I'll tell is that it shows ukuthi abantu abasha ngathi bayaphekwa. That's what I like. So you cannot come into contact with the organization and still come out the same. That's what I like about your logo. So in our logo, because if you faka amanzi or impuphu namanzi, it can't come out the same. So that's what I actually saw when I saw your logo. Oh, labantu shothi umuntu uzophuma la different.
Guys, do you hear that? Thina siyapheka. Sikufaka uhlaza ophume uvuthina ivaselina. We'll be right back. Right. Okay, we're back, my dynamites. As you can see, umlomo wami uyacwebezela ivaseline. This is my brand. Nandi Shine. Yebo? Nansi yami brand iphelele apha yami brand bobuso. Yebo? All right. Mr. Majikijela.
Yes.
Uyajikijela nje wena?
Jikijela branding.
Uyajikijela nje wena? Masithemba kulende endaweni right.
Hayi kulende endaweni right. Ngiyathemba nawe.
All right. Business thina singabantu abamnyama, we believe that mawungena business, some people they believe ukuthi ngizokwenza imali.
Yeah.
And then the minute business yakhe ingenza imali, they are quick to give in.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who started a business yakhe, let's say 12 months ago, but now this person sees ukuthi lento ebecinga ubuzoyithola or expectations ebenazo out of this business are not as real as he thought. He wants to quit now. What would you say to that person?
It is that if you were starting a business because of imali, quit. If a business yako is based on you wanting him, yes, we all want imali, but then do something that you're passionate about. Because there's a lot of things that abantu abazenza bakubona ukuthi you may do 2 rand. Okay, I see ngalapho wenze khona 2 rand. You need to know what you can do. And you need to know, is there a market for what you can do in? And you need to know what you are good at. Are you good at what you want to do in? And the market are those people understanding what the value later? Because you can do something that people need, but that don't see value, but right. So you need to zonke. But if you don't, if you're not passionate about what you do, uzoqina frustrated. So you should quit and go to something that you're passionate about. Do something that you're willing to do for the rest of your life and not feel like you're at a job. Right. Then you're gonna work.
You're saying that if tomorrow I want to start a business and all I'm expecting is money, no passion, no determination, no goals, I should quit. Right.
Yes.
Right. What about someone who started a business with passion and determination, but still is not able to make money?
The thing about a business is that business yakho, you should expect that breakthrough yayo, depending on the field that you are in, it can start making you imali in a year, it can start making you imali on the first day, it can start making you imali in 2 years.
Right.
It can start making you imali more. An example, Google, for 4 years when they were operating, they didn't know how to make money out of Google. They were operating, we were Googling things, we were getting things, but they didn't know how to make money out of the information until they started my AdWords. So now that happens 4 years, and they exhausted hundreds of millions trying to get how can we actually do this, because they needed to have Google running every day. But then running Google costed them money, but they were not making money out of Google. So it happens, business, kwezinye izinto you find things that can make you imali once you have like achieved your passion. Once was usuyenza kahle lento ofuna ukuyenza, then you ways to make money will always come. Because they also, what they wanted to do was to provide us with information. It worked. But in providing with information, they finally found a way of making money while giving us what they like to do.
Okay. This say raise a question again. How do you stay afloat if you're not making money in the business? How do you survive? How do you sustain a business without making money?
Now, any business that you do in our dynamics, an example in branding, we wouldn't sustain awesome brands if we were to print for people, but people are not paying.
Right.
So we are programs with abantu abakhokha.
Right.
But now you have businesses like ama record labels,
Right.
where umuntu usayiniwe la, and umuntu bayamenzela ama music videos, but this person is not breaking through, is not making the money. Now such they will run into loss. That's why last year we saw an example of one record label iqabana ama artists wakhona baze basukana ngene emaphepheni yankulu. The truth is that when the record label presented ukuthi we've spent these 100,000 for my music videos while our band is recorded 12 but these people are not making us money. That's what happens. So such companies, you need to always have backers, you need to have funders. That's why there are people mostly in America who are called venture capitalists. They look at your idea and then they fund your idea, but then they want certain shares in your company.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so there are companies where you can work like that. With awesome brands, we didn't need that because we have suppliers. We go to the supplier as per need from a client. We don't just sit with our supplies where else we do not have a demand.
Yeah.
So that's how we worked in.
It makes sense. It makes sense. The thing is, when you are passionate,
Yes.
uyithanda into, would you recommend or would you advise for someone who's working from 8 to 5, who's got just a passion for a business, who's got a good product to sell to the customers, would you recommend for that person to quit his or her job?
I'll say this. Qhubeka nento oyenzayo, your job,
Right.
and then start selling this thing after hours.
Right.
If it gets to the stage where it can pay your monthly bills and you are still left with something, then you can quit your job. And quit your job knowing that there's more demand for this thing than the need for my job. Because a lot of people, once you have an idea, then they quit their jobs without knowing whether the idea is it gonna work or not. Then they have problems. Do not do that. Don't quit your job until whatever idea that you have start making new money, ekwazi ukusustain ukuthi uphile. Because and when you start quitting your job, have a plan for the next 3 months, budget, whether this doesn't sell or not, but for the next 3 months I'll be able to stay afloat. Then you can quit your job. If you don't have that 3 months rent, that 3 months bills, don't quit.
Don't quit.
Yes.
So what if I am this wife with 5 kids and my husband? The money that I get from my job, 8 to 5, feeds the kids and have responsibilities.
Yes.
But still, I want to be in business. I want to start a business. But I don't have a know-how. How do I save for that 3 months?
What I'll always say that you don't need that 3 months if you don't have a know-how of what you're gonna do. Firstly, I always say research in anything that you wanna do. Research about what you wanna do. Know what you wanna do. You cannot come and tell me about the branding whilst I'm doing branding. Kukhona this in the Bible that says ufunda to be approved. I always say that in every field there should be no person from outside your field who should tell you about your field. If you are a doctor now, I can't tell you about medicine. I'm in branding. You can't come and tell me something I don't know about branding. I need to know. I need to keep myself up to date. Now, in you doing research, you are preparing yourself for when that 3 months elapses. You've got budget. Then you need to know about the of Nugians, which is Omaganja. But it's highly advisable, by the time you quit, by the time you decide to take that 3 months, you already have started and seen that this actually works. Because any idea can be good on paper, but not to bring paper. Okay. Yes.
So it brings me down to this question. Are there any way, any information hubs that are easily accessible for people who need to know how?
Isn't now with the internet and the technology advancing at a fast stage, it's that into ininga are on Google, but then there are government entities like HOSIDA or NYDA where you can get information about entrepreneurship. So I'd highly advise go there. They do have a training, do their training, whether you see it's gonna help you or not, but you're gonna learn. You're gonna come out with a booklet that you can always use at any time. So go there, it's free. Go and then we will get information and then I think you can make informed decisions better when you have understanding of how entrepreneurship works.
Okay.
Yes.
So ngizobuyela la as well. You're saying kunabosida aba free. Let's say I did go to Isida.
Yes.
And then the experience a challenge yoguti. We hear what you're saying. We're gonna put you on the list. And then I know very well Guti, my dream, my passion cannot wait. Where else can I go?
I always say this to people that when you wanna go into business, know people in that business first that you can look up to. An example, my friend is doing events.
Right.
And his mentor does events. That's how business should be like. The person who used to mentor me for branding was doing branding. Ukuthi abantu bamnyama have a competition mentality too much. If someone approaches me, mina ngizocabanga ukuthi lo muntu uzongithathela ama clients. Kandi it's not supposed to be like that. It should be what is so collaborate nalo muntu. And mina, that's how I work. I mentor a lot of people who are doing what I do. That's how it should be. Now those people, it answers your question. When before you decide into something, whether SIDA helps you or not, but know umuntu who does what you wanna do, and then try usondelana lo muntu nibe nobuhlobo ukuze when you don't get help there ubuya uthi but lento le lo muntu ngoba usene experience useyazi ukuthi yini esebenza yini engasebenzi kuzoba lula ukuthi akunikeze ama decisions and also ama advices.
Yeah. So are these mentors easily accessible?
The truth is not they are not accessible, but you cannot want to go into a music industry without looking up to someone who does music.
For instance, I always wanted to be a pilot. I don't know.
Yeah, that one is an industry where you will find that I am as old as I am. I've never met a pilot. I've never met an air tower controller or air traffic controller. Those are some jobs that are really so there are those jobs, and then those jobs you cannot be an entrepreneur. Those are not entrepreneurial jobs. Those are actually
But you can have mission.
Yes.
You can have airport, you can own planes, you can be private, you can hire out private jets, private planes for also missing, you can have that business, hire out, and you have your pilots, they hire your plane, they don't have a pilot, and then you take your pilots and say,
and then you go.
Yeah, it's just like a chauffeur in the air, you see.
Yeah, Leonto iyenzeka. There's one guy that I really respect. I saw on Facebook, he invited me. His name is Mfundo Kreswa. He's into the property sector.
Right.
And the guy, if you go to his page and his wall, he's always posting about properties.
Right.
He knows properties. Now that's how it should be. The guy researches. He will tell you that when I research, you can take a picture of a building and send to this guy and say, Igabande building, who owns it? When was it started? How much does it make? How much is it worth? The guy will tell you. Now that's how, if you can start, if you are really serious about being a pilot, if you start Googling, you start researching about that, you will find that there are people who know people that you can actually know. So that's how it goes. You should do your research and you should network. You should look at Ama Indabas. If there's a conference where there are pilots, you should be able to attend those things. Then you will meet pilots.
Okay, let us look at this. Ngalama spectacles on lens. You are in rural, deep rural areas.
Yes.
There's no internet. Even a cell phone reception, you have to go to Endaben and on top of the hill and say hello. You know.
Yeah.
And even the newspapers, if I figi, solezwe, what, even the free newspaper as figi lap. Then me, as umtano kulele lap, what would you tell me? Like,
Mana, what you're saying is how I grew up. Ngikhule ngasekhaya i-network ifike I think I was doing about grade 5 kanje. Eyayikhona engene emzini ethile ofica ufuna uyomake ishini lowo muzi ngaseyitsheni ukuze nikwazi ukukhuluma nefoni. And in terms of the truth is that we are civilized enough that ukusuka ngasekhaya usiya e-town now it's 50 rand. As expensive as it is, but you still pay. So there are people still actually go to town. So we need to come with problems are realistic so that we can have solutions that are also realistic. I doubt that there would be any place in that wouldn't have access to a town. You have to go to town and buy the paper and come back. So those are the dynamics. It now lies on you and your determination. That's why I said, I used to read every paper that I see. I read because it has something that I don't know, because I wasn't exposed to information. So I had to read everything that is written something.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at this in this way, where there's no role model, there's no inspire. Everything you do, you are being pulled down. There's abuse, physical, verbal. They are in your ears. You were told when you're growing up, you will be nothing, you will amount to nothing, you will do this, you will do this. Then how do you fight ezo demons?
The thing is, as a person, you need to be self-motivated before you are outward motivated. Kunezinto that will always be there or to knock you. You need to be a person or lazy as motivator. And I'm not what they say I am. I am what I think I am. I am what God says I am. So if you are that kind of a person, you are actually gonna make it. But if you're a woman who allows things that are said, you allow things that are done to actually get to you and to change your course, you are not going to make it in life. There are people who said Awesome Brands is not gonna work. But right now, those people are coming to Awesome Brands for services. Some people are asking for jobs from Awesome Brands, but they said it's not gonna work. We didn't listen to them, we just went and did things.
So just close your ears.
Kwezinye izinto, you need to close your ears and just get things done.
Yeah, ne?
Yes.
Hey, we could talk and talk and talk and talk the whole day, because this is just good news. Umuntu is delivering good news. This is good news indeed. This is good news. And for us, youth, especially like South Africa, like KZN, I think we need to wake up and smell the coffee, or you just smell ubulongo benkomo again. Either way, you need to wake up and do things for yourself. And I always advise people, not everyone has got that hero or shiro or that role model. It's good sometimes to look up to yourself, because when you look up to yourself, you will never be disappointed. Uyayishaya wena, uyayithethisa wena, uyayivusa, uyayilalisa. You know, there's no way to say ukuthi umuntu bengimthanda wenza ukuthi nokuthi. You're yourself. You do everything. So it's always good to look up to yourself sometimes. So, on that note, before Svan, uthe una 26 to 27, right?
Yes.
Yabona idlozi lami lingitshela ukuthi ukhona umuntu okhona empilweni yakho.
Hallelujah.
Are you serious ngalo muntu?
Well, I don't do things by half math, so I'm serious about anything that I actually invest time on. Yes.
So nje indaba esivini yamave ngidabule ngilahlela
you never know. We unfortunately abantu mangaveli kubo, there's always a possibility for anything. Yeah, because well, it's still a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, so well, on that note,
uyablusha viewers, we are blushing. Hey, I'm so worried for you, my sister. Yeah, I feel yes. But again, overall, what would you tell ama-Dynamite generally about life, lessons and stuff?
The first thing that I'll tell them is that ababing abantu aba self-motivated. Guys, everything is changing. VAT is going up, petrol is not going down, everything is increasing. We cannot be people who are content with the little that we have. Let's go out there, let's make things happen, let's start companies and fail, and then start again. I started a company, it failed, I started again, look at us now. So let's go out there and make things happen. If we don't know, let's find people that are doing things that esifuna sense and speak to them. Ask for motivation. Singesabe kumnandi ukuphoxa uzama than ukuphoxa uhleli phansi wenze lutho. So guys, let's go out there. Sisebancane, we have a lot to do, and we still have time to make mistakes and then learn from them and then pick up and then do things again. So let's go out there and make things happen.
If you would like to see more of these, please consider subscribing to the channel and share this video with the people who would benefit from this type of content. Until next time, and remember, Dynamite Youth, we have come a long way. Make your mark.